I may be permitted to introduce all dignitaries, guest speakers, and participants from different states of India. In the dais, we have our chief guest, Sri Vipek Gopalika, Secretary Municipal Affairs, and Dr. R.K. Vars, Additional Director General of ATI. He will chair this session, and we have we are missing Dr. Chakrapani, who is the Director of SIPS. He could not attend this workshop for his preoccupation, but as his heartiest constant effort with us for conducting this workshop, he is with us, we may say. Respected guest speakers have come from different states of India. Let me introduce Sri Chetan Javeri first, Vice President of IL and FS, Environmental Infrastructure and Services Limited, Mumbai. Dr. Subbaram, Director Scope International Limited, and others speakers will come and we will introduce them in time. Now I request all the participants for their self-introduction one by one.
Myself, Ashok Kumar Mondal. I am DG SWM Kolkata. I am looking after the SWM.
Please.
Yes, I am Deepak Kumar Dutta, Siliguri Municipal Corporation, SGA.
Arun Datta Chaudhary, Durgapur Municipal Corporation, Senior Engineer.
Morning, sir. I am Vivek Kumar, Chief Executive Officer of the Cantonment Board, Narayanpur.
Good morning, sir. I am Sandeep Rishi. I am Chief Administrative Commercial Authority, Council.
Good morning, sir. I am Narottam Shah, Additional Chief Engineer, KMDA, Kolkata Vegetable Development.
Good morning, sir. I am Kaushik Ghosh, Assistant Professor, Urban Management Center, ATI.
Good morning, sir. Rajiv Sadhu, AC, CAPSET, KMDA.
Good morning, sir. Shishendu Manna, Assistant Planner from KMDA.
Good morning, sir. Benimadhav Bhattacharya, Superintendent Engineer from KMDA.
Good morning. I am Shodhinath Jana, Executive Engineer, SD and SW Sector, KMDA.
Good morning, sir. I am Ashim Sarkar, Additional Chief Engineer, Municipal Engineering Directorate.
Good morning, sir. I am Superintendent Uttam Raj, Engineering Directorate, Planning Circle, Uttam Kumar Roy.
Good morning, sir. I am Sanjay Satra, STR Municipal Engineering Directorate.
Good morning, sir. Krishna Kumar, Executive Officer, CHAS, Bokaro, Jharkhand.
Good morning, sir. I am Ram Prasad Paide, Deputy Director, National Academy of Customs, Excise and Narcotics.
नमस्कार सर, मैं प्रोफेसर रिपुंजय सिंह, HCM RIPA, HOD Urban Development.
All the participants are welcome to Administrative Training Institute. It is the apex institute of the state of West Bengal. Since its inception since 1981, it has played important role in public administration. And we are conducting so many national programs. It is one of them. It is in collaboration with the Center for Innovations in Public System. And now we request our chief guest and Additional Director General for inauguration of the program with the lighting lamps, and thereafter we request our chief guest to deliver address.
morning, everyone. I am R.K. Vats, Additional Director General in this institute. I just wanted to highlight about this workshop. This workshop is being organized by Center for Innovations in Public System and Administrative Training Institute, West Bengal, Kolkata. CIPS, as you know, is holding specialized training for senior officers of government. This training was conceived a few months ago when we were holding another program in which Secretaries of Urban Development and Municipal Affairs Department also participated. And it was felt that there is a need to refresh the senior officers of different municipal corporations, development authorities, and other government organizations about need of innovations in urban infrastructure, municipal administration, and other bodies. As we gather from the introductions, most of you are engineers. About 80 to 90% are engineers. So topics are also very relevant for engineers. You know, need for urban improvement is so large that it was felt by Government of India in early decade of 2000. A huge mission was conceived by Government of India in early 2000 for urban renewal. This was to encompass all areas of urban infrastructure, services for urban poor, development of town, and others. It was very appropriately named after our first Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru National Urban Renewal Mission. During course of our program here, we will be talking about this more and more. But the thing which is very, very important is that this mission has touched everybody's life, be it a government officer, be it an ordinary citizen, be it a person working in a municipal organization. Things have changed, and things have changed definitely for better and far better. There was a time when common persons, at least in this city, in Calcutta, and I am aware of other cities also, used to travel in dilapidated public transport systems. Buses were of not very standard quality, and now you can see on roads very good quality of buses flying, and safety as well as security of passengers has been greatly enhanced. We are getting good service. There was a time when a person, if he wanted some certification from municipal authorities, be it birth of a child, be it registration of property, or even submitting the bills of property tax, they used to take long time. Except few very, very advanced corporations which had all the facilities of e-governance, persons could have deposited their taxes at the click of mouse. It was a very big task elsewhere. But now, most of the municipal corporations, municipalities, even the small municipalities, they are having developed systems where persons can access the municipal services at click of mouse. And this is a far better position than it was earlier. Things are improving, no doubt about it. How things are improving? Things are improving because government wants them to improve. Government recognizes the need for improvement, and our officers, all the engineers, all the planners, decision makers, they have risen to occasion. They have kept pace with the need for development. And why not? Decision makers know that it is no longer that India is a agriculturally predominant country. It was certainly, but urban areas also are playing a very, very important role. Our 60% of GDP comes from urban areas now. So if we neglect our urban areas, we are neglecting ourselves. It is estimated that within next few decades, and it is estimated that by 2039, India will be living in cities as well as in villages. 50% of our country population will be in cities and 50% will be in villages. Right now it is 32%. 32% in cities and remaining 68% in rural areas, as per last census. So there is need for improvement. There is great need and imminent need for improvement. There is no dearth of fund, no dearth of schemes. supported by Government of India, supported by state governments. We have to take best advantage of those schemes. People have thought about it. People have designed new work culture. People have designed new ideas and put them into practice. So we will be talking about best practices and innovations in urban governance here for next 2 days. I am very happy to share with you that Secretary in charge of Municipal Affairs Department in the state, Mr. V.V. Gopalka, is personally here to inaugurate this session and this workshop, and I wish that we will all have a good time in learning the things which we did not know. I would request all of you to ask the questions, to clarify the doubts, and to give ideas both. It's not a one-way process. It's no longer a training of professionals who are new in the service. It's not. All of you have put in, as I can see, at least 20 years of service. Nobody is less than 20 years of service, maybe more. And mostly senior officers may be having 30 years or more service. So it's not that it is one-way traffic that speakers from this side will speak and from that side they will listen and go back. No, it's both way. That's how workshop develops. That's how new ideas develop. And during course of discussion, we will see to it how new ideas develop. With these words, I request all of you to be very, very sincere in attending this workshop. And now I request Mr. Gopalka to deliver his inaugural address.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Watts, Additional Director General ATI, Mr. Khanga, Coast Director ATI, guest speakers, Mr. Javeri and Mr. Subaraman, all other passive participants. I am grateful to ATI for inviting me to inaugurate this session by the Center for Innovations in Public Systems, Hyderabad. It is a two-day workshop on innovative practices in urban governance. I will touch upon briefly the status of urbanization and urban bodies in West Bengal. We have in all 127 urban local bodies, and it has a more than 31% urbanized population, which is higher than the all India average. So the need for proper urban services in West Bengal is very important. As we all know, those who are from Bengal, either from KMD or from our Municipal Engineering Directorate or from other corporations, there is always a shortage of officers and engineers, etc. in all the bodies, and the activities are the number of activities is very vast. We have to provide more services, more projects, etc. deliver them. Then what the number of employees we have, and it is not possible for any one particular body to take out or to generate best possible ideas or best possible systems for either providing a proper service, which is maybe developmental activity or citizen-centric activity. So we need to learn. We need to learn from others who might have done well in a particular field or a particular area. We can learn from outside, that is outside India, and we can learn from ourselves, because in India we have large number of urban local bodies. So this workshop on innovative practices on urban governance is a good platform where we can share the best practices being followed or generated by other local bodies, and which can be replicated in other places with modifications that will be required by local conditions. MED, KMDA, everybody is engaged in providing services. Recently, on Thursday, a bill has been passed in the West Bengal Legislative Assembly on the public services bill. Now this bill provides for providing a service to the citizen, either from a urban local body or any other body in the state government, all the departments, including all all types of bodies under them. That in a particular time frame, a service required by citizen is to provide it. It also provides for appellate authority and reviewing authority. So the basic purpose of telling this is, now there will be greater thirst and there will be greater pressure on the people working in the local bodies to deliver and to provide the services. There is also provision for a penalty. If a particular service is not provided by a person, then by an officer or any individual who is liable to provide that within the time limit, then there is a provision of putting penalty on the officer also. Some of the states have already implemented. So we are on the verge of implementing now. By the end of this year, we expect that this will be implemented by all the departments. So what I want to say is that there will be greater pressure on us to deliver. So we need to develop, we need to improve our systems so that we can provide the services. We need to, for example, here I can see online mobile bill generation system and collection system is there, on which Mr. Rajsekhar Reddy will speak. Similarly, we need to provide solid waste management, garbage disposal. Whenever we pass where a lot of garbage is there, they are picking up the garbage, we feel very bad. Everything stinks. Now we have the compactors being installed in various places in Calcutta. Now at least where they've installed, we don't see that kind of stink or that kind of garbage being lifted when we are traveling. It also affects the traffic movement also. So this way, all these kinds of, these are innovative things. So these kinds of systems need to be developed as to how we can improve the services, how we can reduce time gap, and also to make it faster. I hope this 2-day seminar on innovative practices in urban governance will help us to deliver the services to the public in a better and a much faster way. With these words, I thank the ATI and the Center for Innovations in Public System, Hyderabad, to invite me on this seminar to inaugurate it. Thank you very much.
From profile of your introduction, we understand that most of you have worked for quite some time in the field. I just wanted to know whether you would like to hear from us more about this national mission of urban renewal, GNRM, a bit in clarity. Is it clear to everybody, or do you require more clarity? So we can introduce within the topics which we are covering for 2 days. Is it clear to everyone what are the components of mission, which schemes are available, how the scheme funds are assessed, what is the criteria for selection of schemes, how the schemes are approved, which is the planning process? Is it clear to everyone, or does it require further more clarity? We can include in that.
If it could be included, sir, that will help. If it could be included, sir, that will help.
Okay, so during our sessions, we will be clarifying it more. From Calcutta side, municipal corporation is implementing this. Does it require a little more clarity? No, submitted project. That is one thing. You are the senior most person here. You know everything. But there are other participants also. So in case there is little doubt in their mind about the modalities of this scheme, how the funds are allotted, on which criteria funds are allotted, what are the criteria for sanction of the schemes, how the state government proposes to Government of India and how Government of India sanctions. This subject has been dealt by me for quite some time. Therefore, I understand if you require it, this can be included within the session. It will not be extra session. Within this can be included. Some of our friends are nodding that they require it. From engineering side, is there any special requirement about the mission? Anything you need to know? So I conclude that in general, if there is little more clarity about the objectives of mission, about the schemes, it will be helpful to the participants. Right? Thank you.